Everybody, Rich with Prep You down here in the bunker. Just hanging out with a few of my favorite things. No, not these, although that's a whole bunch of my favorite things. My two dogs, Lily and Shiloh, just happen to be hanging out here down with me after a long day of being outside, even though it's still kind of cold. It's not all that warm out yet here in the Midwest. But this video, we're gonna go over a list of 20 must-have items that every serious prepper needs to have. Then this is beyond the food you see behind me, first aid supplies and stuff like that, even though that is really, really important. But we're gonna do this list right now. We're not gonna waste a lot of time talking, because that's the last thing you want to hear, me just yakking and not telling you what you need. All right, first item. Toilet paper and hygiene items, very important. You need to have those on hand. Guys, if you're doing the prepping, don't forget to talk to the wife, okay? She's gonna let you know what you need. You've probably gone to the store and gotten them for her when she's, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I don't have that, can you go to the store? And you go, sure, so you go buy that and a whole bunch of other items, so it doesn't look like you just went to the store for just that item. Something that you might want to get to, ladies, if you're doing the prepping, and if you don't use them, is reusable hygiene supplies. That's all my daughter uses. She uses reusable. My wife uses disposable. So there's that option, as a backup. The reusable feminine supplies. And guys, don't laugh about tampons, because tampons, there's two great things that you didn't know about it. They really work well in a puncture wound or a gunshot wound for absorbing and stopping bleed. And also, if you pull all those fibers out of the inside, great fire starter. No joke. Great fire starter. All right. Next item, real duct tape. D-U-C-T tape, not D-U-C-K tape. Real duct tape. The stuff that the HVAC guys use, you can get 100-mile-an-hour tape. It's named after that with the airlines. Those are great items to have along. You can make small packages of them and carry with you. You can do like we did at Philmont, and we would take a pen and you'd wrap the duct tape around the pen, so you can always have that with you, carry it with you wherever you go in a small thing. All right, a large supply of item 3, matches, lighters, and striking tools. And we're talking like, flint. We're talking about the matches can be all different kinds of matches, anywhere from regular book matches to strike anywhere matches to storm matches to windproof matches. Have a good supply. We have, and lighters, and we keep them in a tin like this. Full of lighters, matches. We have other matches in our, and you've seen the video on our fire starting videos. We have kits that we put into ammo cans. That's really good. So matches, lighters, striking tools, and put them into kits. That's really a good idea. Next item is batteries. Really important to have batteries. Know what your devices take. If you can do rechargeable batteries, do rechargeable batteries. And if you can get a solar recharger for your batteries, even better. Then they'll just, last a lot longer. Don't forget about your firearms, guys and gals. Don't forget about having extra batteries for your red dot or your scope, or your laser if you have one on your pistol or your rifle in the scope. Don't forget those batteries also. Next item, flashlights and lanterns. You want to have plenty of flashlights, rechargeable if you can. Matter of fact, I've even seen rechargeable flashlights that you can plug your phone into with the cable to recharge your phone. Unbelievable. Some of them are solar. All right, solar rechargeable flashlights, which are really nice. And I guess, match up your flashlights and your lanterns. Don't forget about headlamps. Headlamps are great to have. Hands-free vision at nighttime. You can put that around. Another idea I saw on the internet was solar garden lights. Okay, those little cheap ones you could get at, you know, Five and Below. Those come in handy. You know, those would be great just for, you know, a small amount of light. You've seen a couple of our videos where we have the lanterns. You know, you've seen it if you're a camper where you pop them up so far, you know, they're so bright, and you pop them up even further, they're even brighter. You can also use red. They have some red, so, you know, if you want to be not seen as much, you can use a red lantern part of it. Candles. Candles are always real important. Everybody's got candles, you know. Guys, if you live by yourself, maybe you don't have candles, but if you're married, girls, if you have candles, there's candles everywhere. It's always good to have candles around as a last resort. They do throw off, you know, light, and they do throw off a little bit of heat to warm up your hands or whatever, especially if you get stuck in a car somewhere. You can light a couple candles and just kind of stay warm with those, because you don't want to run your car out of fuel. Bleach. Bleach is really important for preppers to have. I actually called one of the Clorox bleach company, and I asked them how long does bleach last, and they said it lasts a very long time until you open it. And then once you open it, in a month it's half strength, another month then half strength, then down to nothing. If you're going to use it for purifying, you want to make sure that you have fresh bleach. It's really important to have fresh bleach, because you don't want to not purify your water. Obviously, bleach is great for cleaning. You can mix it with other items. You could also, along with that, isopropyl alcohol is really nice to have. That, with isopropyl alcohol, you can make your own hand sanitizer. We've got a video on that. A new video about surface spray and hand sanitizer. Check it out. It's really good. Another thing, plastic bags. Plastic bags are really important to have. From the contractor grade, 3 mil or even more thick, right down to like garbage bags, all the way down to, you know, jewel bags, or what do you want to call them, grocery bags. Some of those bags, especially like the kitchen bags and a bucket and some toilet paper, you'll make it, all right? And then you won't have to keep the stink around or whatever. So plastic bags, really important for every prepper to have, all different varieties. Tarps with eyelets, okay? Although I haven't seen many tarps without eyelets. The old canvas ones even had eyelets. Matter of fact, when I was working in high school, or in college, I say, I worked for a place called Fox Tent and Awning out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we made tarps. Yeah, good old sturdy canvas tarps. I personally, with my tarps, I personally like brown and camo for a couple of reasons. They're not like, you know, bright blue or bright yellow like here I am, you know, unless you want something like that to be seen, and then have that in your car or whatever, that you could put a tarp up and be seen. But along with the tarps, you want to make sure that you have bungee cords and stakes and rope. Okay, really, really important to have all that stuff put together, so that you can make a tent, you can make a lean-to, you can make just a, you know, like a cover, so that you can cook under it and not get either beaten down by the sun or soaked by the rain, you know. And you can have it set up at an angle so the smoke goes out and the rain goes off one way or whatever. You can also use, you know, just stuff in you know, like garden tools for poles or walking stuff for poles. But tarps are really important. Cover your wood, cover your car. If storm comes through and you lose a couple windows in the car, throw a tarp over it. Keep it nice and clean. Socks. I always heard the military guys say that without nice, warm, clean wool socks with liners, it would have been very miserable. And it's very true. Some of you, your feet sweat. You know what that's like. You want to change your socks as often, so have socks, lots of socks. You can go to dollar stores and get socks. You can go to REI and get more expensive socks. The REI socks you want for your hiking and stuff like that. But you know, your dollar store or Five Below socks, hey, just for socks to have, it's perfect. Salt, lots of salt. Let's just kind of turn this over this way a little bit. You can see, not only do we have the 5-gallon buckets from Home Depot, but we have freeze dried food. Over there in the buckets, we've got one bucket's all salt, another one's all sugar, another one's all beans, and another one's all rice. So you want lots of salt, not only for your food, make it taste better. You can also preserve the game you shoot if you don't have refrigeration. Plus, salt is very healing. You can use salt with a mixture of water, and it actually kills infection. And if you've got problems with your teeth, you can do or sore throat. Come on, parents always, if you're old like I am, you know, there wasn't all this stuff in the store. My mom used to always take hot water and some salt and mix it all together. Maybe every once in a while put a little bit of honey in it, but have me gargle with it or swish it around my mouth if I had a toothache before I get to the dentist. Salt is really important. So sugar. Let's face it, if you think back to the Middle Ages, salt was a big thing. Matter of fact, legionnaires in Caesar's army or the Roman army got paid in salt. All right, so there you go. Seeds, but not any kind of seeds. Heirloom seeds. You can get heirloom seeds at stores. You can buy boxes of them from a lot of your you know, like Food for Patriots or Patriot Supply or all up. They'll sell heirloom seeds, real nice airtight container. Matter of fact, one of these is got heirloom seeds in it. I can't remember which one. I should know. Another one's got salt. One has MREs. Another one has the packets. Remember we talked about this. The packets from when you go to Taco Bell or McDonald's or whatever, save those packets. They might come in handy. But heirloom seeds are really important. Knives. It's really important to have a variety of knives, especially if you're going to be going after your game and you're going to, you know, have to field dress it and then take it down to like steaks and stuff, you know, like that. If you're going to have to dress your game you got knives, but not only that, you need a sharpening stone. Okay, it could be a flat stone like my father gave me when I was younger. There's also sharpening devices where you've got the two steel rods and you just run the knife in between it and it makes it nice and sharp. But some kind of sharpening stone to go along with your knives. All right, now this comes down to what kind of camping stoves you have. And specifically, the two types of stoves I'm talking about are either propane or white gas. All right, you should have a supply of both, just to be on the safe side. All that stuff is in our garage. We have small cylinders, large cylinders, medium cylinders. You've seen the cylinders on our stove series of cooking. We have a couple more stoves. We're going to do a couple more videos on stoves. But you want to make sure that you have plenty of small propane cylinders and white gas. Lanterns and wicks, and the fluid could be white gas. It could be, you know, whatever your lantern takes. But lanterns are really nice to have, and wicks. Have a whole bunch of wicks because you will go through wicks pretty fast. Paracord and rope. Another item is paracord and rope. You've got to have that, all different varieties. And I'm talking anywhere from, you know, heavy duty rope to clothesline to paracord. And also along with that, you should have kite string, you should have dental floss, because there's all kinds of uses for dental floss. I taught the firemen, many firemen, how nice, and paramedics, how nice dental floss is when you have somebody that has a crushed ring in their finger and the finger swollen, and how you can use dental floss to get that ring off and not have to cut the ring and end up cutting the person's finger. First aid. First aid is very important. You need to have a good supply of first aid, and I say take it up to the level of your training. All right. As an EMT and paramedic, my first aid goes all the way up. I work in a range. I have equipment for, gunshot wounds. I have equipment for burns to the face, burns to the eye. Take it up to your level and have that stuff. But along with that, I also suggest that you go and take a first aid class. Take an EMT course. Go to your community college. Learn all that kind of stuff. You don't have to work as an EMT, but all this kind of information may save your life or somebody else's life. And then get the first aid and trauma equipment that you know how to use. Or go on YouTube. Find out how that equipment is used and where you can get that stuff. I will say that when you buy the equipment, please don't buy knockoff stuff made from China. Get the good stuff. Get the stuff that's made in America, made in Britain, made in Israel, and South Korea. Get the good stuff. So that's the list of 20 must-have items that a good prepper will have, a serious prepper will have, And you may have other things in your list that you really think are important. I mean, like tools, and wood, firewood, and all kinds of stuff. But these are really good items to have, really a good way to start. Your needs may change based on your location. Maybe you don't need stuff for warmth if you live in the Southwest or way down in Florida or whatever. Maybe you need more if you live in Minnesota, Canada, or other places, or if you live here in Chicago, you need both ends because you're around the Midwest. We go from 30 degrees below zero to 120 degrees in a matter of months. So it's pretty crazy around here always. So that is a good start. Those are must-haves to go along with your other stuff. And as you can tell, we've got the 3 deep stockpiling going on here. This, the 3 deep, what you're using, the backup to what you're using, and your stockpile back here. Plus, we've got the other stuff that's, sitting over there for a backup to the backup to the backup. And we've got all kinds of like toilet paper and feminine products and first aid kits in another room. There's just not enough room down here in the bunker for everything because on that wall is all firearm stuff, safe and ammo and vests and stuff like that. So all this stuff near and dear to my heart, which should also be to yours. If you don't know how to use a firearm, please go out and learn, because if you can't protect this stuff, why buy it in the first place? So that's it for this little video. Subscribers, thank you very much. Hey, go to our channel and see a lot of our other videos. Like I said, the 3 deep stockpiling, the 5 things you should always carry, the stuff you need to carry in your car, what should be in your go bag, what is in your I'm not ever coming home bag. Never happened, but never say never, especially in the prepping world. So that's it. Again, like I said, subscribers, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and ring that bell, and you'll get every video like this that comes out whenever we send it out. All right, and we do them pretty quick, especially now that I'm on spring break. We're going to be cranking out a few more. So thank you, everybody, and how we end our video always. No, it's not coffee. But what we say is always be aware of your surroundings. Constantly be aware of your surroundings no matter where you're at. Have 72 hours of bug out food. Try in here, sorry. You can tell it's not being edited, right? At least 3 months of shelter in place, food and water, and we've got plenty of water down here and in the garage. And prep like your life depends on it, because it really does. And on a last minute note, don't keep all your supplies in one location. Separate them a little bit. So in case something does happen, you still have something left behind, and always keep it in a cool, dry, bug-free place, and your stuff will last forever. Check our video on dates and the truth about Best Buy dates. All right, take care. Thanks. Bye.